Hello, my name is Paige and I'm a Bethel College nursing student. The title of my poster is Exposure to Cigarette Smoke During Childhood. My PICO question is, are children who have a history of exposure to cigarette smoke compared to those without a history of cigarette smoke at increased risk for respiratory illnesses over their lifetime? I chose this topic due to personal history. My whole life, I was exposed to people smoking around me and I just thought it was normal. I started developing respiratory issues when I was about 5, but it always was said that it came from my mom. My mom had asthma, like really bad, so I was just always told, oh, you get it from your mom. After researching this and being in nursing school and spending multiple hours learning about respiratory issues and also pediatric respiratory issues, I quickly learned that this was not true. I have found that there are 3 different types of cigarette smoke exposure. Primary is when you smoke and are exposing yourself. Secondary is when there is another person that is smoking and their smoke is being inhaled by a secondary person. Um, and in turn, that person now has the harsh chemicals and toxins that are being put off from the cigarette smoke. And then the third, I actually learned about when I was on my community health rotation. It's kind of new. It's called Tertiary. And that is when people have smoke particles on their clothes and in their hair, because smoke goes wherever it wants. It doesn't just stay in one spot. So in that case, like you go pick up a baby and the baby is, right here, breathing in all those particles that were left on you. All of these different kinds of exposures can cause harm. This can lead to multiple issues like ear infections, asthma, and even SIDS in babies. These are preventable issues, and the healthcare costs associated with these things add up to millions of dollars. A lot of these issues stem from situations similar to mine, meaning that people have a lack of education regarding the risks and continue to do what they see as normal. This topic is relevant because we are seeing this issue more and more. Pregnant women coming into their 35-week OB appointments that smoked a cigarette right before they came in. I have personally seen that when I was pregnant with my own child, walking into my OB and watching this huge pregnant woman smoking a cigarette right outside, and I just couldn't fathom why she would do that. Also, parents smoking in the car with their children, and then people just not really caring about boundaries. There are smoke-free zones for a reason, like right outside of hospitals, doctors' offices, things like that. People that are going into there are more than likely sick, and they're put in place for a reason, and people just don't follow them. I believe that not only is there a lack of education, but not enough people are being held accountable for their actions. Smoking in a vehicle with a child is illegal in multiple states, but 9 times out of 10, there are no repercussions and no follow through. It's like a seatbelt law. It's dangerous, but are they really going to pull you over just for a seatbelt or smoking in the car with your child? Or are they going to pull you over for speeding and give you a second ticket because they found that? So I think that that's an issue. And being accountable, I would recommend more education to parents and children, because even these younger children are smoking. I would recommend education for them in doctors' offices, hospitals, WIC offices, and other places like that that are highly trafficked. I would also like to see more people being held accountable for their actions. And this does not have to include jail time, but a hefty fine every time they smoke with their child in the car would hopefully spark something in their head telling them to stop. And if not in their head, maybe in their bank account. Smoking is not the issue, though, because if a person wants to cause harm to their own body, that's fine. People are going to do what people are going to do. But the problem is that children rely on us to keep them safe, and that safe area is being breached whenever we, intentionally or not, are exposing them to harsh chemicals like this that can cause a lifetime of respiratory issues or things like that. And we can't stop smoking altogether. That's a person's right. But we can take steps towards building a healthier future for our children. Thank you.